Make your voice heard on the Bradshaw and Bryan text line. Let us know what you have to say by texting your message to 64686. That's 64686. Standard message and data rates apply.
Couple 13-14 past. I'm Common. He's 10 to B. LeBron James landing spots 4 teams that make sense as the king leaves the Lakers. Golden State Warriors. It's no secret LeBron wants to play with Steph. It's closer than ever to happening. The least surprising move at this point would be for James to make the trek up the California coast to join forces with Steph and Draymond in San Fran. The Warriors have been inquiring about James's availability for at least the last 2 trade deadlines, and their interest in landing James this summer has been well reported. If that doesn't work, what the heck happened to my story? What are you doing to me? No! Hello? Hello? The homecoming, again, the Cleveland Cavaliers. 10 years after leading the Cavs to the only title. Why are you doing this to me? Many have speculated for years that James will eventually go home one more time and end his career with the Cleveland Cavaliers. There's reportedly interest on the Cavs side to opening the door for another homecoming, and why wouldn't there be? I think that would be just more for ticket sales and just the... Take a guess who that was.
Chad Abbott.
Yes. Why would the program director want to throw me off my game? I mean, and I'm on today. I mean, I'm spot on. I'm on a roll. I think the Cavaliers is one of those things. He'd go back and sign a one-day contract to retire a Cav. He doesn't want to go. Is Cleveland any good at all?
They're pretty decent last year, weren't they?
Yeah, I think they were all right.
They got destroyed by the Knicks in the playoffs,
right.
But who didn't?
Yeah, that's true. They were all right. I don't think that's a possibility. The other would be talents back to South Beach. While we're talking about...
Does he want to go play with the Greek Freak back in Miami?
While we're talking about returning to familiar homes, Pat Riley and the Heat will surely make a call to James to gauge his interest to returning to South Beach and forming a new Big Three with Antetokounmpo and Bam Adebayo. Do you think that would interest LeBron James?
He might want to just get to the Eastern Conference. I know the champions came out of that conference this year, but a little bit easier road to get there.
How about this 10 to be the king and the alien, the San Antonio Spurs.
Oh my gosh.
Teaming the 41-year-old James with the 22-year-old Wemby could make the Spurs title favorites. Says if we're talking about teams that can pay LeBron more than the minimum and offer him a chance to win another title, there's probably not a better landing spot from a sheer basketball perspective than the San Antonio Spurs. James could team up with Victor Wembanyama and help show the young star the ropes of how to navigate life as the league's preeminent force and try to help the Spurs and Wembanyama capture a championship after their run to the finals. They have access to the non-tax mid-level, can give James the same kind of $15 million deal the Warriors can, and there's no question they're in a better position to win the title right now rather than Golden State. James would be able to play a secondary but still vital role with the defensive pressure on him alleviated by Wembanyama and the rest of the roster, really, while providing the Spurs a much-needed on-ball creator on offense. It seems unlikely James will pick this route, but from a purely basketball perspective, there isn't a better place for him at this point in his career. Whether you agree with that or not, I think I do. At first blush, that sounds like a mighty fine idea. If what you really want to do is add to that title collection, if you want one for the thumb, that might be the best play. I mean, hell, they were this close to winning a championship last year. With the experience that young core gained last season, particularly seeing what it's like to get to the finals and not be able to pull it off. And, I'm sure they'll be hungry. They have a thirst for a championship. Yeah, are they thirsty or hungry? Which one is it? Probably both, right? Because oftentimes when you're hungry, you have to, when you eat, you need to wash it down with something. So,
can I ask a question that many of our basketball listeners are going to say as a preposterous statement? They're going to laugh at me.
Okay.
Do the Spurs want him?
Wait, hold on. Yeah.
I mean,
above average.
They were pretty good this year. They're building a young core. Like, the Spurs aren't, while the Spurs are win now, they're also win for the next 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I would think you'd want to just keep your core together and build as much chemistry as possible, as opposed to like bringing someone in for a year and kind of interrupting all that.
Point. Yeah, because then all of a sudden it is
taking away minutes from some of your young guys that you want to develop.
King, and you gotta acquiesce to him and defer to him, and you gotta make him. And then your young guys are like, well, now what am I'm supposed to give it up to LeBron now? I mean, is
that preposterous for me to pose that?
I don't think it is. I don't think it's preposterous at all. The reason you would want him in Cleveland is to sell tickets. In Miami, maybe the same thing. Golden State, I don't think you need to sell tickets in San Antonio.
No.
They'll have sellouts, and you're right. Maybe that would not be a good spot. Though.
And according to Parker Fox, we don't need to sell tickets in Minnesota, so we don't need them here, apparently.
No. Well, I'll one up Parker Fox. I think, how did he say it? What was it?
Not only the hottest team in town or the hottest team in the NBA, they're the hottest team in sports.
They're the hottest team in sports.
Hottest ticket in sports.
They're the hottest ticket in sports is what I think. I don't think there's a hotter ticket than...
I know he wouldn't come here, though, but he would be exactly what they need.
Yeah.
With adding LaMelo and subtracting Naz Reid and Julius Randle, all of a sudden... we have some front court issues.
This is completely off topic, but have you ever noticed how Kirk Cousins and Ricky Rubio's eyes look exactly the same? If you put them up next to each other, they look just the same.
I always love that one.
Because, even though I said earlier, and I stand by the statement, though, I'm very wishy-washy. I can change my mind at the drop of a hat or a cap or a beanie. Hat, cap. Can you keep it on your head? If LeBron goes to Golden State, and they were also able to get street clothes, and you got Draymond and Curry, I think that might put them, when you take all the teams in the West and put them in order of how you think they could contend. I think it's Spurs, and I think it's a coin flip with Spurs OKC. Mm-hmm. And then after that, I think I'd put the Lakers there. But like we talked about earlier in the show,
you think LeBron takes them from being a 10 seed to a 3 seed?
I think so. I think because of and you got street clothes there too. If street clothes goes, and
sure.
Again, the key with him is staying healthy. But he's a force. He's a hell of a basketball player.
Yeah.
When he's healthy, he's really good. And I just think that creates an excitement level. I think it, not to say that Curry still doesn't have a desire and a drive to win a championship, but that team is basically, I don't know, didn't somebody say their window is closed, and then somebody on the team got mad about it? Was it Draymond or Steph or somebody? I think I remember something to that effect. But without something to shake up that organization, that team, I don't think Golden State represents much of a threat anymore, do they? I mean, Steph can still flat out shoot the ball. I know that.
They've been pretty mediocre for a while.
Yeah. Now. And so I think in order, and they all, look at, you get to this, we talked about it. you play sports. I was talking to Jake Maurer. I've quoted him before. Give me a bell, would you? In baseball, first thing you do is you just try to prove you belong, make the club. Then once you make the club, the next thing you want to do is you want to get paid, right? And then once you get paid, you want to win a championship, right? That's kind of the order it goes in. Well, these guys made the league. They made the money, plenty of it.
Oh, yeah.
And they've won ships. So now it's, well, I just want to, what would be next, I guess, either retire or add to your ships. And I think Steph would love to.
Sure.
LeBron would love to. Draymond would love to. And I think it would infuse some new enthusiasm in those guys.
LeBron, street clothes, Steph Curry, and Golden State. That's the second hottest ticket in all sports.
Second hottest.
Second hottest.
But it's not the hottest ticket in sports.
No.
This one says, no Rosen ripping in the 2 o'clock hour. What's the excuse? Common. Well, we could, if you got anything you want me to rip him about. He is out. He had his hip replaced. That's 2 hips and 2 knees he's had replaced in the past couple of years. Actually, it's just 2 knee replacements. But anyway, he's not going to be in today. And we had predicted this to be. We said he would not be here this week. All of last week. I don't think he'll come before the 4th now. Do you? It's possible
No.
Wednesday or Thursday? Yeah, I don't think so either.
He'll milk it.
Yeah, I think he'll milk it.
Yeah, I think after the 4th, that Tuesday.
So we could, but if you want me to, there's plenty to rip him about. Right? And just where do you want me to start? This one says, oh, hold on. LeBron will tell any team, if they want to sign him. Oh, he'll tell any team if they want to sign him, they got to sign his offspring too. Do you think that's it? I don't think that's it. I think that's, a dad can only do so much for his kid, right? You
don't want to be that guy after a while either.
Yeah, exactly. I got Deuce.
Then your kid's gonna be taking all the crap. Oh, you're only there because your dad.
Yeah, I got Deuce on the button bar. And he's got his 1 segment a week during the football season. But he's on his own. Right?
Now what do you think? What do you think of that?
So LeBron had always wanted to play with his son. They did it. But after a while, it's like, and if you're, maybe Golden State would, if he actually said, I really want my boy to be with me. That's what I really want. Golden State might say, yeah, why not? But San Antonio.
If it was all about playing with his boy, wouldn't he just stay in L.A.?
Well, yeah. Well, I think he wants the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
He wants to play with.
But I'm just saying, if that's the main priority.
Yeah, I don't think it is. I think the main priority.
Money ain't the main priority at this stage.
I think it's winning a title, but maybe part and parcel with that, hand in hand with that, might be playing with his son. But I've not heard that.
They might need to get his son just to add some youth to the team.
Yeah, well, there's that. They'd probably get a lot of early starts too, because dinner's at 4. When you get old, you got to go to Perkins. Rosen knows all about Perkins. This is a big part of this might be the most important part of the show today for the listeners. This is where they're going to get a keyword, which gives them an opportunity to put $2,500 in their hand.
Yeah, the fan has your chance to win $2,500. Just enter the keyword Liberty at KFAN.com right now. The keyword is Liberty. Enter now at KFAN.com.
The Common Man.
He's a legit...
like, hello?
What are we doing? What's going on?
is this? What's going on?
Are we back?
We're back.
Oh. I thought it was a Budweiser commercial. I've done this before on the air. Well, what haven't I not done before on the air? You know, you can buy cherry Coke, right? Flavored Coca-Cola. I make my own. I have a Diet Coke, and I eat real cherries. So you take a cherry, chew on, make sure you don't bite the seed. Take a sip of Diet Coke.
Brilliant!
It's genius. Is what it is. Is Mark Rosen the street clothes of sports commentary world? Well, he is now. He's been MIA but he had surgery, I guess. But I was told he did his podcast. So he was able to pull off the podcast, but he wasn't able to pull. And we weren't
his tongue worked for that one,
yes.
huh?
And we weren't even asking him to come in. We were going to do some type of a
StreamYard. I guess he could just do it from his house.
Yeah, and
or apartment.
Maybe he's in enough pain already. He didn't need the added grief he would get from commenting.
All I know is 2 days after gallbladder surgery, Creasel's in here playing program password.
Correct. Serena Williams.
Yeah.
We don't talk a lot of tennis on the program unless it has to do with Justin Gard. Begins Wimbledon comeback on center court in her return to singles. She will play, says Serena's back on Wimbledon center court for her first singles match in nearly 4 years. The 44-year-old was given a standing ovation today as she walked onto the grass court where she won 7 of her 23 Grand Slam titles. Several supporters held up signs with messages like "Welcome back" and one more T-shirt with the text "Unstoppable Queen." After losing that first game, Williams easily held serve for 1-1 with the help of a perfect backhand. Williams' match was the third and last on the center court of day 2 of the tournament. I'm sorry, I should have. It was her first singles match since 2022 U.S. Open. After opting to return to the sport, she dominated for so long. Again, you do. I mean, someone that is that legendary. Did they have to just make an exemption for her? Is Wimbledon a qualifying thing? And I don't mind that they did. I'm just wondering if that's what they did. If they said, you know what, because who she is, we will. I
don't know how tennis tournaments work, but like in golf, right? If you've won a major before, you get right, Masters, you get lifetime exemption. Maybe that happens in Wimbledon. I don't know.
Yeah. She was as good as it gets, right?
Yes.
I mean, is she the best female player ever to play? I mean, there's plenty of them.
Female athlete.
Yeah, well, female athlete.
In general, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like it. I just don't know where it's sort of like when. I mean, this is probably a strained analogy, but when players come back, when boxers come back, they're going to fight again. You go, okay, and because I can't imagine her winning Wimbledon. Well, if she won Wimbledon, it'd be one of the greatest sports stories in the history of any sport, right? At 44 years old, to come back and win Wimbledon. I mean, to me, that would be.
So I thought when she was coming back, she was just coming back to play doubles. I didn't know it was singles as well.
No, it was to play singles as well.
Yeah, I mean, she's not going to get out of this first round.
I wouldn't think.
Yeah, she's down. She lost the first set 6-3, and she's down 1-0 in the second set.
Yeah. So it's still in progress, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. And then it's here's another strained analogy, but I'm going to go with it. Who is she playing right now? Do you know the name of the...
The last name says Joint.
Joint?
And she's from Australia.
She's an Aussie. Let me guess. She's 15 years old, 18 years old, 21,
She looks young.
Yeah, okay. Serena's probably one of her...
Yeah, now she's down 2-0 in the second set.
One of her idols, right?
Sure.
So let's say she is. I don't know. We'll find out. They'll probably do a post-game news conference and, what was it like playing against her? And so it's probably mixed emotions. I mean, it's cool that you're playing somebody you looked up to and watched their career, right? But then to have to beat them, I go back to, we're going to do another boxing analogy. You're familiar with Muhammad Ali, the greatest of all time. So he wanted to try to win the title again. So, as a matter of fact, when Ali fought for the title for the final time, it was against Larry Holmes, Easton Assassin, at the time, the undefeated world champion. And the fight that preceded Ali Holmes was Ledoux versus Holmes. Scott had a chance he fought for the heavyweight championship of the world. I remember it well. July 7th, 1980, at the Metropolitan Sports Center, the old Met Center, and Scott lost in the 7th round TKO. That's where I met Ali. I met Ali that weekend. Ali was he was with the entourage. He was following the fight because he wanted to fight the winner for a chance to win the championship again, right? And so he was there, I'm going to win the championship. Whoever wins the fight, I'm going to, And so I met him at the Ledoux Holmes weigh-in just by happenstance. My brother and I go to the weigh-in over at the old Registry Hotel right across the street. And sign says press conference. Ali press conference downstairs. I go, hey, I'll go down there and check it out. Press conference is no longer taking place. It's over. But I look in one of the room where they were conducting the news conference, and there's Ali holding court with 3 young ladies doing magic tricks, the whole thing. And so I just went, hey, I just want to shake the hand of the greatest of all time. He said, hey, thank you very much. And that was it. So I had an opportunity to meet Ruben it up at Ryder Cup. So then Holmes granted Ali's request and defended his title, but he didn't want to fight him because Ali was his idol, and he didn't want to go in the ring and pound up on the old man. And if you watch the fight, you can go back and see it. Ali's got the pride. He doesn't want to get knocked out. He's not going to go down, but he's up against the ropes. And, he's really providing limited resistance at this point, right? And Holmes is hitting him, and Holmes is looking at the ref and like, would you just stop this? I don't want to hit him anymore. But Ali's not showing. And Ali did the rope-a-dope against Foreman one time back, the Rumble in the Jungle in Zaire, right? Where Ali looked like, well, what is he doing? He's just here for a paycheck. And Foreman's just hitting him with everything he's got. Ali is just blocking most of it with his arms. And then out of nowhere, it's a lopsided beatdown in Foreman's favor. Then all of a sudden, like a cat, he just leaps at Foreman and knocks George out. 8th round. One of the most stunning victories in all of George. Foreman was considered invincible at this point. So if you're... I'm now getting ripped. This one says, Common's a fraud. Right. I mean, I don't fight that, but he says, Common is a fraud. Exemptions are okay in golf, but not tennis. When have I ever said exemptions in golf are a good thing? I don't remember ever saying that. Did I?
I feel like many times you've been against them, actually,
Yeah.
when like the Tony Romos of the world get thrown in.
I mean, the exemptions of if you've won the Masters, you get a lifetime exemption. Well, that's just the rules. I mean, that's not, it's just the way it is. If they said in tennis, if you win at Wimbledon, you have a lifetime exemption. Okay. But apparently that is not what is going on here. Someone said they do have wild cards. There are exemptions. It says, yes, tennis has a wild card where the tournament officials can invite people who aren't ranked to play in the tournament. That's how Serena got invited. Here's, I guess, what I was trying to say and just didn't say it very eloquently. To me, it's sad to see Serena out there. She was not playing well when she retired, so 4 years later, what's the point? She obviously cannot live without the idolization and attention, and that might be part of it. She misses that. She misses the limelight. It's not the spotlight. It's not the, I was quoting from an old song by Bobby Blue Bland, and I don't know why I wanted to do that, but it's not the candlelight either. That's it. She wanted to play, and it tend to be it's like we've talked about before, discussing athletes retiring. Generally you're retiring at a very young age. Usually when you think of retirement, you're thinking of, when you turn 65, you retire, right? Retirement at age 32 or 35 or 41, that's just, you're still a young person.
You got a lot of life to live.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So, and then the thing is, once you retire, it's pretty much over. And then she did retire, but then she's thinking, well, if I wanted to make a comeback, I have to do it really soon. I can't at 56 years old go, I'd like to get an exemption to play at Wimbledon. Well, they're not going to give you one at 56. So it's just trying to get it that one last time, and that's why she's there. And I guess I don't have a problem with it. But it does seem as it's basically...
If you're going to do exemptions, she's the one to give it to.
Yeah, exactly. But it's very... It's very sacrificial lamb-like. I'm going to play $25,000 pyramid with you. Okay? I'll give you the clues. Meat sauce, common, lists.
Lazy.
Yes, that's it. Correct. Well done. CBS Sports has put together ranking NFL starting quarterbacks by tiers ahead of the 2026 season. And if some of these quarterbacks, if they're quarterbacking your favorite team, they'll bring you to tiers. But that's not the kind of tiers we're talking about. Tier 1, they have 5 quarterbacks listed as transcendent talents. They transcend everything. I bet you can guess who those 5 are, right?
Can you repeat that? I apologize. I was distracted for a second.
Of course you were. You were just waiting for your turn to talk. Is wearing women's underwear part of your turn?
That was the question?
That was the question.
Of course.
Yeah, baby.
5 top quarterbacks. They transcend everybody else. They are just they're currently right now playing.
Active?
Yes.
Pat Mahomes.
Correct.
Josh Allen.
Correct.
Lamar Jackson.
Correct.
Joe Burrow.
Correct. You need one more.
Who am I missing?
Think Tinseltown.
I should know what Tinseltown is, but I don't.
Los Angeles.
Yeah, Matthew Stafford.
Borderline stars. Borderline. They have 12 players in that category.
12 quarterbacks?
Jalen Hurts.
Herbert.
Sam Darnold. Here's what it says.
Ooh.
After a tumultuous start, the former number 2 overall pick, I thought he was 3. Was he 2?
I thought he was 3.
After a tumultuous start, the former number 2 overall pick, and I think he was 3, resurrected his career. Donald delivered a Pro Bowl 2024 season with the purple, and he reached the mountaintop with Seattle in 2025.
He was picked 3 in 2018.
So this...
nice of the journalist to care.
He prepared as much for this article as I do for my show. He begins the 2026 season as the starting quarterback for the defending Super Bowl champions. Caleb Williams, Bo Nix, Jaden Daniels, Jared Goff, Brock Purdy, Jordan Love, Justin Herbert, Dak Prescott, Drake May, and Trevor Lawrence. Those are guys that still need to take it up one more level, right? I mean, the category of these quarterbacks was listed as borderline stars.
Sure.
And I think that's probably...
I think it's fitting.
Yeah, I think that's fitting for those. Your next category, tend to be, isn't as flattering. Promising prospects.
Sure would be nice to hear a Viking in this category.
Well, we haven't seen one yet. It's Jackson Dart, Who's the kid from New Orleans? How do you say his last name?
I think it's like Shuck.
Shuck. Tyler Shuck, Cam Ward, and Malik Willis. Here's the one I like. Volatile veterans. Volatile. This is the murky middle of the quarterback landscape, a mixed bag of talent. While each of these quarterbacks is capable of putting up big numbers, their Achilles heels, whether it's age, a lack of consistency, or being turnover prone, can hold the respective teams back.
I think we might get one in this category.
Aaron Rodgers for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Daniel Jones, Baker Mayfield, C.J. Stroud, and Bryce Young.
Oh, we don't get one.
No, we don't get one. No, and we're not in the prize project either. There's just one, and that would be Mendoza. Prize project. Then there's holdovers and placeholders.
Now we got one.
And on the top of that list, Kyler Murray.
Yeah. Geno Smith in there.
While he's had pockets of success, injuries largely kept Murray from realizing his full potential in Phoenix. Murray has a golden opportunity to revive his career in Minnesota if he can beat out J.J. McCarthy. If he can't beat him out, he's not reviving his career.
No.
Then they have Deshaun Watson. Kirk Cousins is in this.
Yeah.
Says in 2023, Cousins was playing some of the best football of his life before an injury prematurely ended his season. He continued to deal with injuries in 2024, which led him to losing a starting job to Michael Penix Jr. He parlayed his success last season into his current placeholder position in Las Vegas. Geno Smith's on that list, Tua and Jacoby. And there's just no mention of...
J.J. McCarthy didn't even make a list?
He's not even on the list. Not even on that list. Which
Can we add it was a nice run list?
Yeah, and I don't even know if you could consider what he had as a nice run. You know?
Well, that one quarter versus the Chicago Bears was his run.
Yeah. And that was a hell of a run. But yeah, I think it's over. I do. There was another hockey text message for you that I thought raised some interesting issues. See if I can get back to it here real quick.
By the way, Serena made a little run in the second set. She finally broke serve. It's 3-3, but now that with her serving, she's down 40-15. So she had a chance to take a lead in the set for the first time.
The question was, what do you think the chances are of the Wild getting Larkin? And I think I asked you that earlier. An emailer wants your opinion on that. What do you think the chances of them getting him?
Well, if it was a sure thing that the Red Wings are trading him, because I still think Yzerman might just be a little ornery as a GM and be like, well, it's great that you demanded a trade or requested a trade, but it doesn't mean I have to do it if I'm not going to get what I want in return. And I think what we're learning with the Wild is the Wild probably don't have enough assets to get Dylan Larkin straight up. So I think two scenarios in terms of, I think there are other teams that would have more assets than the Wild of the guys they're willing to trade, right? They're assuming you're keeping Volstead, and obviously you're not touching Quinn Hughes, Kaprizov, Boldy, Faber, Eriksson Ek, et cetera, right? Mm-hmm. Assuming you're keeping all of them. Now, I think there are other teams that could just give better offers than the Wild, but Dylan Larkin, to a certain extent, can choose where he goes. So I think for the Wild to get Larkin, either A, we have to have a three-way trade where you got to get a third team involved to be able to get Detroit what they want, or B, the Wild got to hope that they are Dylan Larkin's what Brady Tkachuk was to Florida, because the Wild reportedly gave a better offer for Tkachuk than the Florida did, but ultimately Brady had a no trade clause and just, I want to go to Florida. So if Larkin is so determined to come to Minnesota, that would be a chance where even if we don't have the most to give up, we still have a chance. So I still think, if I had to pick a team out there that's going to get Dylan Larkin, I would say the Wild. But like I said, I just don't know if we have enough assets if Yzerman's going to keep holding out, which he appears he might be because I haven't heard anything, and we're a day before free agency. And, if we go a week into this and the Wild have already locked up too many guys' to salary because you had to go out in free agency and get some guys, then maybe put you in a spot where you can't get Larkin anyway.
Starting in 2028, the PGA Tour will introduce a radical two-tier competitive structure divided into the PGA Tour Championship Series and the PGA Tour Challenger Series. The new model completely replaces the current system with strict promotion, relegation, and higher competitive stakes. The elite tier, this tier brings the world's best players together for consistent high-stakes competition, 23 to 24 events, 72 holes, minimum purse $20 million, exemptions, no alternate lists, and no sponsor exemptions. The Challenger Series, this tier acts as a primary stepping stone to the Championship Series. The schedule runs concurrently with the Championship Series, features at least 20 events, larger fields of approximately 144 players, 72-hole stroke play and a cut, purses minimum of $4 million per event. Promotion and relegation, players can earn mid-season promotion to the Championship Series by winning multiple Challenger events in one season or by winning a major. At the end of the year, the top 20 finishers on the points list are automatically promoted. Only the top 90 players in the Championship Series points list will automatically retain their top-tier status for the following year. Relegated players compete in a fall last chance series to earn their cards back. Now, when this was first announced, before it became official, you heard what Rory said, right? McIlroy said, well, really, this is just a glorified, this Challenger Series is nothing more than the Korn Ferry Tour, which he backed away from after having a little conversation with the commissioner of the PGA. And the commissioner said, we really need you to kind of
be on board
with this thing. And McIlroy came out with some statement of some sort that upon further review, he likes the idea. I don't, again, I enjoyed pro golf with the format that they've had. I didn't like the live thing at all. I thought that was awful, and I think I've been proven correct, like a lot of other people. I wasn't alone there that the live thing was a bad idea, and it benefited a handful of players, made them wealthy beyond their wildest dreams. I mean, John Rahm, I think, got $300 million. I don't think he was going to earn that on tour, so it's a pretty good chunk of change for John. But I like earning your spot. I mean, you always have to keep your tour card.
Weren't they already kind of doing that, though?
Yeah, they were, but this is formatted differently, because there'll be two different tour events going on at the same time. There'll be those top 90 players playing in the events, and then there'll be the other guys, because you need more than just 90 players, fields of 144 just to get to be real busy. So I guess I don't mind it. And they needed to, even though with live going away, I don't know how much they had to continue to increase the purses, but I think it makes it more attractive to the guys that are there to make some more money. But so, yeah,
Now, I was reading the Star Tribune today. Is there concerns at all about the 3M Open?
Well, there is. There is.
It sounds like they would need a lot more sponsorship money than they've gotten in the past.
Because they could become one of those, that secondary one, because the purses have to go up to $20 million. Right now, what did the Strib article say, or is it a...
It sounds like 8.5 right now. It's going to like 24 million.
Right, and so, they would have
big chunk of change.
Yeah, and 3M's got some deep pockets, and I don't know if it's just the money thing. Is it just like, because let's say, for instance, all these tournaments that look like they're headed to a Challenger Series status, what if they all said, just tell us how much money is and we're in? Then I don't know. Does that open up another can of worms, or do they just go ahead and say, well, then, what we'll do is we'll just, because I don't think they're going to scratch the whole idea of what they've proposed here. But, 3M's got money.
Could they say, well, if we're in the top, we've got to make sure all the good players are actually coming here then.
Yeah.
If we're going to spend that much more.
Well,
which they would they
they
not?
would then. I think,
Yeah.
I don't even know if you're forced to. I still don't know. I mean, players.
With the new series, are these guys going to have to show up to all these tournaments?
I don't know. That's what I don't know. I mean, I know now that players can make their own schedules. I think I think there's a minimum. You can't just say, I'm playing in 4 events this year and that's it. That's not going to work. But I think they have wiggle room because, as you know, after the Open, part of the problem at the 3M Open in attracting the better players in the world is because it comes the next week after the Open Championship across the pond. And so players are just like, especially the better players in the world, that's the final major of the year now, since they moved the PGA to May. And it's like, time for me to unwind a little bit. I've been playing a schedule all year long. Just play the Open Championship. I don't want to jump on and fly to Minneapolis and play, and think about the weather. It's hot, muggy. And I just don't want to do it. It just doesn't, the one thing of being in that, and we've talked about this before, the benefit of being where they are in the calendar is there are players. That's why, like Justin Thomas was here. Was it last year or the year before? It's because he needed Ryder Cup or FedEx Cup points. Some of these guys don't play as well, and so all of a sudden I have to play. If I want FedEx points so I can play in the tournament any play, I have to play. So that's the one benefit. But whether or not we've traded for Larkin,
big trade in the NBA. Shams Charania, ESPN, reporting that the Los Angeles Clippers are nearing a deal to send Kawhi Leonard
to the Raptors,
to the Toronto Raptors for Brandon Ingram, Grady Dick, 2 first-round picks, 1 pick swap, and 2 second-rounders. Kawhi is going back to Toronto. How do we say it?
Toronto.
Toronto.
Good. I'm glad I was going to correct you. I was going to ask you, where is he going? Going to Toronto. So that's what we call a blockbuster. That's for sure. So. And again, right now they're the other waiting for the shoe to drop to where's LeBron going to go. I think it's Golden State, right? The writing's pretty much on the wall.
Yeah, I think so.
Put a couple of, they're both future Hall of Famers, Curry and LeBron.
Serena's not done, by the way. She lost the first set 6-3. She was down in the second set 3-1. She's now up 5-4.
Really? I take everything back that I said.
She'll have to break serve again, but she's done it the last 2 times, so.
I take back all of the things I said that she had no chance.
She's starting to get the old feeling back.
Starting to get it back. If she
couldn't tell you how good her opponent is, but
if she were to win Wimbledon,
it would eclipse Tiger winning the Masters in 2019 tenfold.
I think so.
It's also not even her age. Like, she had kids. What that does to your body, like. Trying to train when you have kids, I can't,
Yeah.
Then just to be gone for that long without playing.
I wonder how long it would take to get there. I'd like to get on a plane and see history in the making. I don't think I'd make it on time. Well, yeah, now I take everything back. Now I'm interested.
Well, she's still got a long way to go, but
yeah.
She's at least showing some hope. It was looking pretty bad there for a while.
Yeah. Whoops. Yeah, that was like...
never discount the heart of a champion.
No, that's exactly right.
It's the same reason Tiger Woods could enter a golf tournament and one of us is going to be like, you still got that chance. You never know when the magic comes back.
Yeah, and that's why there's still interest in him playing golf. But I think it's probably over for him now. Rock Talk tomorrow. If you talk to Brian Oak.
Yep, he's in.
And can you tease what the Rock Rank topic is?
I would just say, we have a holiday coming up, so it's very in tune with that theme.
Oh. Greatest 4th of July songs of all time? I don't know if there are.